Where?
Cuba.
Right guys, now is the time we would normally see a multiplayer reveal, but COD 2020 Black Ops Cold War is a completely different story, isn't it? So what I have for you today is something a little special. Now I do apologise as well, today is the hottest day of the year. I'm literally melting, so if you hear any liquidy noises, yeah. This game will bring back classics, and even things you didn't know existed. Let's talk ScoreStreaks, shall we? Now, there is leaked information out there, but we don't even need that, because this game is set in the Cold War, which means we can kind of predict what Treyarch are doing. After all, it's history, right? I have always said it's no coincidence all the popular COD multiplayers are the ones with big, powerful score streaks that will clap your ass any day of the week. So talking about big, let's start off pretty large. So this right here, like I said, most of you probably don't even know what this is or that exists. It's the C-47 Gunship, or it's like nicknamed Spooky or something. Now this is basically like the first version of the AC-130, which we all know. First used in the Vietnam War, they took this transport plane and put 3 miniguns in the back windows. What a mad lad, who did this? So it kind of reminds me of the iconic Black Ops chopper gunner where you man 1 minigun. Now imagine there's 3 of them. This thing is just oozing overpoweredness, and I think it needs to be the top streak in the game, because you've got to remember, unless Treyarch go out of their way to change things, their games don't have nukes, so this thing's gonna pound us.
Dogs waiting for your mark. Dogs incoming.
Hey, this dog is like 3 meters in the air. What's he doing up there? So we have actually heard this from the leaks. In one way or another, dogs are returning. So I don't know if it's going to be the classic, iconic attack dogs, or if it's going to be like a kind of guard dog, like from COD Ghosts. I don't know, but in the older days of Treyarch, World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, the dogs were like one of the top streaks. I was about to say one of the top dog streaks. There you go. And just going back to play against some bots in Black Ops and just calling these things in, and just they literally tear. And not only that, they go around barking, and like when they kill people it makes this really loud like kind of noise. It's amazing. Like, there's not many streaks which change a game, like calling in these dogs. Nowadays, the Warthog, or Thresher, has become a new icon and fan favourite streak in the Black Ops series, but the Warthog didn't exist in Vietnam, but what did was ground attack aircraft. Look at this pretty damn awesome image. So that would, like, the same thing could happen. It's just a streak, it's a jet plane which comes and strafes the map with, like, machine guns and rockets, and I love it. Now, the Advanced UAV, VSAT, Hater, whatever you want to call it, or as the original was called, the Blackbird. This thing, aircraft, whatever, it doesn't look real, does it? Like, it always reminds me of that Transformer from Transformers 2, and I collected these images yesterday before I made this video, and then I think this plane showed up in my dream, I think. I don't know. But yes, the original Black Ops was the first game to introduce this type of streak, and you gotta bring it back. The Blackbird, absolute classic. Now, obviously, there's a lot of airstrikes and that, and also like artillery, like an artillery barrage or mortars, but look at the size of this lad. The B-52, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like carpet bomber or something. It's named the Rolling Thunder. Imagine if you're so English you call it Rolling Thunder, like imagine. Yeah, but look, like, why is the plane, does it need to be that big? And also, of course, a napalm strike. That napalm stuff is pretty damn spicy. Now, also, back in Vietnam, they used phosphorus in both mortars and airstrikes, and it would be a kind of cool streak, but phosphorus from Modern Warfare, kind of, it's actually annoying. Like, it's one of the only streaks in COD history which I find absolutely annoying. Like, it's fair to be killed by streaks because it goes both ways, but this streak, like, no matter how big the map is, you spawn in slightly injured and it blocks your vision, and it just, when I'm trying to record gameplay, it just pisses me off because I'm like, no one wants to watch gameplay where the map is already foggy. Like, I don't know, just stop. And the last thing I found would be this game's version of like the Predator missile or glide bomb, or from the Black Ops universe, it's what, the cluster strike, I think? or yeah, cluster strike. So it's like a, I don't know, a missile. Pretty interesting. And of course, there's a load of other random stuff which I'm not going to sit here and talk about, like, I don't know, emergency airdrop? Yeah, sure, I'll be up for that. You know, care package counted, spy plane, maybe a sentry gun, I don't know. And of course, finally, an RCXD, right? They are teasing this game. The first, what I would call official teaser is the RCXD pieces found around in Warzone. So, RCXD, once again, made iconic by the original Black Ops. So, yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, and some kind of like helicopter or multiple helicopters. They were used a lot in Vietnam. Anyway, fellas, stay spicy and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. That was epic.